What did you think of our first interview as far as the feedback from it?
You know, it's funny. A lot of people, I have people come to my job and be like, "Oh, you're from somewhere." So I'll be like, "What?" And then I'm thinking it's probably from the Queen's Flip thing or something. They'd be like, "Oh, you be on the Panda Chop thing." Yo, it's funny as that.
Yo, you should be. The Queen's Flip thing got like almost 400,000 views. Like, how could I would think people would recognize you from that too?
That's what I thought. You know what I mean? Because I know one of them got like 500,000 change, the other one got like 4 and change. So I was like, all right.
Well, I guess maybe that one's older, so then maybe people don't like it. You know, it's like more of like a recent.
I don't know, but I mean, now it's like, you know, everybody's on that now, on that the reel thing. I guess you know how the reels come up and your reels pop up all the time. So you know, I guess it just gets caught in the algorithm sometimes. It is funny though, because people will be like, "Oh, you be fucking with Panda Chop." Yo, everybody comes to me about Cuban stuff. I'll be like, "Yo, bro. Oh man, what's up with you, man?" I'm like, "I don't know, bro. Go watch Panda. Here you'll find out."
that was a long interview, bro. 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? And
I know we'd be getting caught up.
Yo, that we just covered so much because you had like the gang in the prison side of things, and then you had the music side, of course, and all of Cuban's drama and stuff, you know. So it was like we had like a lot of different things to cover.
Yeah, and you always got them little hidden questions about things that you know about, and I'll be wondering how you know, but
try to call me a Fed? No, I just do my research, man. Okay. But you know what's crazy is the clip that got the most attention, right? Do you know what clip got the most attention?
Which one?
The Latin Kings, Frankie Cutlass, and Fat Joe one. That one got, like, it kind of died out for a little bit. Then out of nowhere, I saw it started getting a lot more views, like just recently too. It's like when I look at like the videos that got the most views in the last 24 hours, your video was always there for that one. I don't know why. It's like 700 views in the last day, 800 views or something like that. And it's like, it's at over 100,000 now.
I get commission? Send me my check, Panda.
All right, I'll send you $5. Okay.
I'll get a nutcracker with that.
Did you see the interview that Frankie did with the infamous Amadeus?
I did.
Okay. So he denied the snitching, right?
I mean, I never accused him of it. I just said it was a rumor.
Right. But no, I'm saying though, he said that. He said that there was a rumor that I had snitched and everything with my old gang, and he denied it. He said that he was cleared from it and that the main guy thanked God that he chose to become a born-again Christian. Who is the main guy he's referring to? Tone?
I don't know. The main guy of what?
Of the gang.
I don't know. I don't know if that's... At that time, like I said, there was a lot of shit going on. Tone came in after the Joe beef. See, a lot of people get everything confused about the thing that we were talking about. When we were talking about Fat Joe and the crew that he used to run with the Unity crew, Tone wasn't involved for that. That was the people that were running the nation before Tone. So their indictment, Tone didn't get caught on that indictment. Tone got caught on a third indictment, I believe, because the first indictment was blood and then it was a superseding indictment, and then the next indictment is where Tone's indictment came in. So when the first indictment went down, that's when Tone rose to power. So that first indictment, when the first indictment went down, is when the beef was going on with Joe in the Bronx. It wasn't really just Joe, it was a crew. From over there, from like Union and 156 and that whole area. It was an ex-pro that was dealing with that crew, and a lot of things was going on over there.
Right.
So I don't know, because people are getting timelines confused. Now, when the Frankie Cutlass thing came into thing, when he got stripped and all that stuff, I was in prison for all of that. So I don't know who he's talking about. He might be talking about Tom. I don't know. He might be talking about the previous leaders that was holding it down, because Frankie wasn't from the Bronx. Frankie was dealing with the Manhattan chapter. You know what I'm saying? That's where Frankie's from. He was dealing with the Spanish Harlem chapter. So,
got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's the chapter he was from. So I don't know who he's talking about. He might be talking about the people that were holding it down in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. You know?
Well, he said that the death of his mother and that situation with the getting kicked out of the Kings or whatever is why he decided to step away from music.
Okay.
And then that's when he found religion, right? But he said that Joe never blackballed him and he didn't get beat up. But he confirmed that some TS dudes did grip him up and one pulled the blade out, but he was able to escape from that unscathed. He said, like, I think his cousin did like some karate move and shit like that.
With the PANDA, chop.
Right. I don't know, something like that. But it was interesting, man, you know, because it's funny because he was supposed to address all of that with me because he wanted to talk about the controversial stuff. I didn't
because
even bring
he
that
probably
up
thought that nobody was going to be around to dispute or confirm the story. And Frankie comes from the time when the nation was the nation. So at that time point, I mean, he probably did the best thing he could have did is just fall back and get his life together. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think he contributed a lot to what hip hop is at the time. You know what I mean? Because he was one of the first They had a lot of stuff going on at the time, you know what I mean? But
he produced a lot of great records, bro. Classic stuff. You can't take that away from him.
Definitely did. Freestyle and all type of different things he was doing. You know what I mean? And like I said, in one of the videos, he comes out with his beads on and everything. So he was representing the nation. I don't know the whole intricate situation. I know certain things because I was in tune. I definitely was in tune with what was going on. And he was told to stay away. And there's a misconception. It wasn't Tone that told him to stay away from Joe. It was the leadership before that. Because those were the ones that was beefing. Tone came into play afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That's when Tone was on the positive movement and he was switching up the nation or whatever. That came afterwards. Remember, this is before that. This is why everybody went down for all the indictments. So everybody got picked up. People from Joe's side got picked up on indictments, and the pros got picked up on indictment. This paperwork on the whole case and everything. So it's not like it's something that's like, you know, you can research it and find out. The name of the gang comes up there. Everything comes up on certain situations that happen. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you said that it was Tone that stripped him, though, of the beads, right?
That's afterwards. Like I said.
Yeah, but afterwards, he was the one.
One thing led into another. One thing led into another. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, one thing, you're talking about a time period of maybe 3 years that was going on when the indictments was going on. Remember, everybody's in jail. And that's when Tone is running everything. And then Tone gets caught up and goes to jail. And then he gets out on house arrest. So with the time that before he went in, is when the whole Frankie thing happened. And then I come home. And so it's like a thing with Frankie, you know. I don't know. Who knows if he wouldn't have left the nation, what would have happened? You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He found God. Maybe he blessed somebody. And listen, he didn't say nothing bad. He just, I saw his interview. He said that some of the stuff was correct, but some of it wasn't 100% accurate. It's not my story to tell. You know what I'm saying? It's his story to tell. So, you know, he didn't badmouth the nation. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about the dude. Like I said, I never seen paperwork on him. Was there rumors? Yeah, there was rumors, and ugly rumors too. You know what I'm saying? And from a lot of people that was in prison. So, you know what I mean? I remember I was in jail at the time fighting my case when a lot of those dudes was coming into Rikers. So, you know, the rumors are coming in through those individuals, you know what I'm saying? That they're in there fighting certain cases, you know what I mean? And he's not, and he was part of the team at the time because he was part of the structure, you know what I mean?